I've got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
All right, let's see who shows up. That is a incredibly long lag. See how long it took for that wiggle to jump through? Now I'm going to do this. It'll be like an hour and a half before you start to see that type of wiggle. But that'll be a more interesting wiggle. All right, so we'll flip it over to this so that nobody freaks out and kind of seizures or whatever. That'll look cool. Now watch. It should start wiggling here at some point. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, I missed the wiggle. All right, so we're here to watch the end of the 2020 2A patch batch. We got about 15 minutes or something like that. If I'm correct, I think I'm correct. It's going to end here at midnight Pacific time. So, Roy's joining us. Good evening. A couple people out there lurking. All those Discorders, because they're just hiding in the basement. But if you're here and you want to offer a guess on where it's going to end, money, percent, backers, so that's the three things we can factor. We know when it's going to end, but we don't know how many backers, we don't know what percent, and we don't know the numbers. So we'll see if anybody shows up, and if they want to try offering some sort of guess there, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll have a set of all 12 patches to hand out. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe I guess it already passed things. I guess we'll definitely have an extra set laying around. It is now at 201%. That's kind of cool. We're at 392 backers. I'll just go ahead and put that in there since nobody's typing nothing. There's Z. Talking to Z over in the Instagrams. So right now we're at 362 of those. We're at 20,129 of these. And that gives us 201%, which is a lot of percents. The only thing you wouldn't want that many percents of is cancer. That would be way too many cancers. But that much money is always a good number to have. All right, so if anybody wants to throw some ideas or suggestions down there on what they think it's going to be, then we'll see. Is there any way to get a clock to show up on the screen? Is that something that Windows does? Is that a thing? Let's see, all apps. Probably got to go all the way down to Windows and then accessories. Is there a clock? I know somebody out there wants a clock right on their screen, right? Can you double click on this clock or something? Can you make it pop open? Adjust the date and time. Date and time zones, get help, synchronize, show additional calendars. I guess I can just look at this week ass time right there. That's weak. It would be cool if Indiegogo and Kickstarter, I guess, were to put some sort of a countdown thing up here so that you'd know when it was in the last hours or in the last minutes. I'm pretty sure it'll say 30 minutes left. No, it won't, because it's less than 15 minutes left. So it's just going to say 1 hour. Unless I'm wrong, and then it'll come up and say, wait a minute, am I in Mountain Time right now? Shit, I might be in Mountain Time right now. Dang it. So that means I'm off by an hour if I am. I don't know how to tell. So, what does UTC mean? Universal Torque Converter. And that's listed here. I don't know when they have a 7-degree universal torque converter listed here. That doesn't make any sense to me. MoretimandDate.com. I'm not clicking on that sucker link right there. I just want to know what time zone. How about this time zone? Computer. What time zone? Ugh. How many time zone? Let's just put time zone right there. This says mountain. Currently being used in Arizona, mountain. Dang it. So we got another hour and 15 minutes. I don't really feel like being online for another hour. Ugh, it's so difficult being online. I'll be saying anything though. So we got 6, what's that place called? Discorders over there. Discording it up. Right now they're gossiping in Discord about it. Oh, look what's happening. Look what's happening on the outside. Look what they're doing in the light. Look what's happening on the outside. Just me, what? What'd you make? Are you jumping in on this business? Oh, well, so that's changing it up a bit. Now it's at 20. No, it's still at 21:29. Look at what happens there. So now it says 3:31. Let me hit this button. Look at that. See how it did that? Didn't that happen just in front of the screen? That happened in front of everybody, right? That's what it's been doing to me all day. It's been freaking me out. I don't know if I'm still recording or if you can still hear me. If you can still hear me, type in here that you can still hear me because I just made it so you see the whole screen here. It was doing that to me earlier. I would refresh it and this would change, but this would stay the same. But then after a while, I would refresh it and they would equal out. So they're probably blowing their system out of the water. They're not used to this kind of, they've never had a $20,000 campaign before. This is actually not anywhere near a big firearms campaign. There are $1 million, literally $1 million. Thank you. There are literally $1 million crowdfunding campaigns out there for 2A. Not that many $20,000 campaigns for the Second Amendment and projects focused on the Second Amendment. So that's pretty cool. Dang, I guess we're going to know here in 11 minutes. This thing is going to switch to say 60 minutes left. I went live an hour early like a sucker. This is what happens when time zones screw with you. And that's what's happening right now is time zones are screwing with me. Are you saying you just went in on this too? I'm going to go over here and click the button and see if it goes to 394. No, we're talking about something else. I didn't do nothing of this. This is not me. Here, I'll show you where it comes from. This is from Travis kicking it on YouTube starting back in July 14th, putting up a YouTube video. Then Liberty Doll on the 17th got it up into the thousands of dollars alone, just with her. You know, Travis lifted it up like one of them volleyball players. He ran over and like touched the ball with his fingers, how they do. And then it goes shooting straight up into the air. And then Liberty Doll came over and did one of them things where she jumps up in the air and does sort of like the splits and then uses all the like, what is that called? Like the force generated by doing the splits in the air and then like slam the ball down. And that got it up into the air. Somehow by slamming it down, it got it up in the air. Then Clover made a video and Guns and Gadgets made a video. And this was a couple of days before his birthday. Saturday was his birthday. So that means yesterday was his birthday. He posted this video, and let's keep in mind that at this point, when Clover and Jared made their videos on the 23rd, the campaign was at like $3,000 something, so it was a third of the way of being funded, so it was not a given. So Jared went live, boom. Then basically Clover did that. He went up and touched it with his fingers like they do, boom, Kapala goes up in the air. And then Jared did one of them deals where he jumps up, bam, slams it down. And then Clover had actually done a video or a produced video interview or whatever with Mike days before. It went live that night. So when that ball got spiked by Jared over here, bam, goes down, comes bouncing right back up, and then Clover bounced it right back down. And then a bunch of people on Instagram. Basically, these are the groupies on the sideline. If that's the beach volleyball thing that's going on, this is the people watching. Where do you stand for beach volleyball in the water? I guess these are the people standing in the water. or on the street. I don't know where you'd stand if they're using up the whole beach for the volleyball game. So, yeah, you've got Jared and Smeggy. Anybody remember Smeggy? He's a little snowman. Got Simon, or I should say Tony. Simon Says Train is his account over on Instagram and everywhere. Mike posted a couple of times. Clover posted a couple of times. Skip, I think, also posted a couple of times. Guns and Gadgets had posted quite a few times. Chris, not even involved, but still kicking butt. He might be out there, but no, there's only 4 people out there. It looks like we got Fine 8, Z. I don't know if this guy's still around. I don't know. And then 1 lurker. Right now, there's just 1 lurker from the Discord peeking up. It's like they open the door, to the upstairs. They open the door, but then they run back down the stairs and they listen. But the door is cracked just a little bit, and that's the 1 lurker from Discord that's in here. Let's see. So we got Charlie. He's been doing quite a few posts lately here. And then Tony again. And again, Mike. So a bunch of people spreading the stuff around over on Instagram, which gets people motivated and whatnot. We'll scroll back up to the top. We went live a little earlier when we passed the 200% mark, which is pretty awesome. That's pretty neat. Again, those are the people that got us here. We set it up and put this together, and then these 300 going on 400 people. I don't know if it'll get to 400. Will we get 7 more backers before another hour, I guess, because I screwed up and did this an hour early? Will there be another 7 backers? Will it get to 400 backers? Is that unprecedented? It's not really too many, I guess. It can't be too many. Let's see. So refresh again. It's possible that it will explode at the end. I don't even see 1 person guessing. Is there something wrong over here? But basically, if you guessed how much money, how much percentages, and how much backers the closest, then there's some amazing things happening for the person who comes the closest, only in this live chat right here. Right here, these 3 people. Maybe, now there's 2 lurkers, so who knows who this other person is. So now am I the other person? So if that's the case, then I am not actually in Discord. So yeah, nobody's guessing. So I guess I'll just throw that extra batch away when it shows up. I'll take 1, throw it in the garbage for the homies that didn't come up. It didn't show up tonight, I guess. So now that it's an hour away, it actually makes it more exciting because there's a chance that a whole bunch of a whole bunch of people are going to come in and procrastinate. Is that the word? Wait till the last minute. But you can guess. Well, yeah, I guess I should have make people only guess once, huh? If you guess a whole bunch of times, then you can just keep changing your guess all the way up till the end, right? Or I could say that there's, how do you weight it? You weight it with more points or something, the further away they guess. Maybe the next time I'll do something like that. Have one of them boards or some sort of a list, and then let people at the beginning guess what they think it's going to end up like. And then the person that comes closest doesn't get cold water spilled out all over them, hopefully. I just did. Holy crap. Until I forgot I had this thing almost full to the top full of iced water. I thought I was picking up a half-empty thing of coffee. So that was a surprise. But it's Arizona, so that'll be tried by the time I'm done saying it. Even though it almost rained today. I can literally wash clothes. I don't even own a dryer. So I can wash clothes, stick them on a cord in the rain. And as long as it isn't like, I don't put them underneath the hole in my roof, then they can dry even when it's raining outside. Oh snap, I got an actual guess. Actual guess. Oh, you're saying 2 more backers. So here's the thing: if somebody wants to spike this son of a bitch, all you gotta do is buy $150 worth of stuff, and they can make sure that he doesn't. They can effectively take the patches away from this guy. I just spent $150. It's no big deal. Some people it's not even pocket change. I'm probably gonna have to go outside because all of a sudden somebody comes in here and starts making noises. So anytime she makes noises, so when she needs to sun go outside. She's been acting weird lately. She pooped in the house, so probably gonna get rid of her. On the lap. Who wants that? I think she ate a bug, one of these little brown beetle thingies that flies around. They make a lot of noise when they smack into stuff. What do you call them? Dang. It's not a potato bug. They're noisy and annoying, and they fly around in the house all the time. Come on. It could be this. Kind of look like this, but they're not exactly that. I'm going to put the round people because they're kind of round. And they're fat. Kind of look like this guy, but they're different color. Maybe they're this one. Maybe something like that. So I think she ate one of them. She likes looking at bugs when they fly around, and they're flying around a lot right now because it's starting to rain. Come on, usually it's way easier. I don't like this new search engine. Duck, whatever the hell it's called, it sucks. Duck sucks. Ain't that good? No, shouldn't like it. Nope, not at all. I mean, when you comb it out of her, comb all that hair off of her, I guess she likes it a little bit better. But I don't think she likes it at all. She definitely enjoys the winter better than right now. She basically just sits around being miserable and looking at me like I did it to her. Like I'm the one who's doing this. How come I put in Arizona fat beetle and it's showing me this guy with a basketball? I don't know what messed up crap is that. Or these earrings. I'll give her a belly rub. Anyway, now she's going to expect to keep getting belly rub. That's the problem. But I've never had this much trouble looking for a dang bug. There used to be sites. Maybe this site isn't connected to it. I would like to find these. I don't see these around very often. It would be awesome. What's bugging you? Let's see if it's in here. Oh, they don't have any good resource or nothing. Beetles of East North America. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna go looking for that beetle. Anyway, I think she ate a beetle, so she had like oops, basically. All right, I guess I can close that, and I'll refresh again. Oh, we got another suggestion. 20, 254. So you're basically saying two more. She left. Now she's looking outside. I think she wants to go outside. The belly rub didn't help nothing. Not for what she's got to deal with right now. I think she's fine now. She was feeling bad before. I think it's out of her system though. Or one of them bugs bit her. I got bit by an ant the other day outside. Basically, there's ants out there now. So maybe she got bit by an ant, and that's why she was acting lethargic. Where did you get bit by an ant? Where? Tell me if you got bit by an ant. I was just about to yell at her for all this water on the floor, but I guess that's from when I spilled water all over myself. All right, you won't. It's not your fault, I guess. There's one of them beetles right now. I used to see them back east. They'll kind of beetles that'll fly up and wail into a light. Sounds like a rock hitting it or something because they're so big. No, they're not that big. They're like as big as M&M, peanut M&M, I guess, depending. Somewhere between an M&M and a peanut M&M, depending on how big it is. And they're about as dense as that, it seems like, at least when they hit a light or something. I think what happens here is that since one of the only lights is on is the monitor, whenever these bugs see the mouse moving around, they think it's some sort of freaking bug party, so that will smash into the monitor. All right, yep, here's what happened. Oh, did it end? It ended, so I was right. Boom. So I guess I'm sitting here bullshitting about my dog's eating bugs or whatever, and it ended. It ended. So nobody was right. No free patches going out. Everybody was too optimistic, I guess. So it went from 1 hour left to over. Closed. 201%. That's pretty decent. 7 fewer than 400 backers, but that's pretty cool because now I can order 400 patches to get everybody covered and 100 more for the thing. So that makes it a 500. So that should get us to the 500, whatever they call, like level or whatever. Yeah, I hear you. I totally did too. I could have sworn the last time we did one of these, it said like 45 minutes, half an hour. Hey, quit it. Come here. Quit eating those things. Quit it. Come here. Come here. She's eating that bug I was just talking about. It didn't even hardly fly around. It was drinking that water that I spilled on the ground. And then it flew like a foot off the ground over there. And then she went over there and stepped on it in the air. And then it's sniffing it like she's going to eat. But anyway, I thought it was going to take another hour also. So good. Now I don't have to go live for another hour. I was getting all ready to give away all kinds of fabulous prizes. I was going to slip a big ass gold bar into that bag too when I was going to send them patches out, but now I don't got it. So too bad. Too bad not enough people guessed. We did get 3 guesses. I guess this one came in super late. But again, super optimistic. Thanks for showing up. I guess this is the end of the show, but it's just the beginning. We'll be chatting with the individuals who participated in the project. We'll be doing some after actions. We let them know that the project is completely transparent to them. If they want to look in and see some of the insights and reports and things, each one of them had their own link so they can check out how their links worked in the overall project, how much of the pieces or whatever they're responsible for. So hopefully this will give them some encouragement and some awareness if they want to try something like this, or if they know somebody else who could benefit from something like this, it gives them some experience. In addition, we'll be chatting about what to do with these things, right? This is a new resource for everybody. Hopefully, we'll still be able to capitalize, I guess, on the new friendships we've made here. I've got a couple of projects I'd like to do with the DC project, or I guess I'd have to see the projects I want to do. I have basically a concept for a book or a way to accumulate a bunch of info. If I can chat with as many of those ladies as possible. I know a couple of people are already attempting to interview all of the participants in the DC project, so maybe I can work something out with them to do it all at the same time. So anyway, we'll continue to play around with different ways to work with the new potentials that we've created with the project. The fun part is watching the funds come in. Now the unfun part is watching them take something like 2001. Oh, what does it be? $2010 out for fees, and then got to set a little aside for pay taxes, then start paying off the bills from the patches as they come in. We'll be purchasing some other things, and we'll be, I don't know if you people are interested in that stuff or not. Let me know. But I'll be sharing that with the project participants. Some of the behind the scenes stuff, getting cards, for example, that are going to be numbered. We're going to do some other things. So I'll be able to chat with them on that so they can see the whole process. Some people have never done a fundraising thing. They've never exposed their members or their viewers or their participants to the concept of a crowd-funded project. And again, I think the big goal here was once we get this accomplished and we can, you know, as many people as possible get to know about how it works and how it can be successful. The big goal would be to get these crowdfunding platforms into the gun community, right? Like have these things be industry based so that the funds here can all stay in the industry and we can do things that I couldn't build a gun over here. I can put a gun related thing up here, but I don't think I can build a gun on Indiegogo. Not that I want to, but there are people out there that could and would. And it'd be neat to see an industry that allows innovation. I was just listening to somebody talk about 3D printed gunpowder. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff that would be cool to see innovation inside the industry. Then the industry can lead the way for other aspects of our society when talking about working together and funding ourselves and getting ourselves coordinated. Very big picture stuff. It all starts from the steps to get to the goals, and this was another step to get us to those goals. Thanks to the 300, almost, I shouldn't say that, 400 people involved. Again, there was lots of people involved on the story here. If you scroll down, lots of people literally that made this happen, that became the rungs to get us to where we're at. I'm going to attempt to record as many of those as possible here on the campaign as a sort of a hub for all of that stuff. So if you know somebody who I'm missing here, or if you did something, for sure, let us know in the comments thing up here on the platform itself, Indiegogo. There's a section here for comments, and you can leave comments forever. So like Richard did, he left a link to the place that he had posted about the campaign. And as soon as I can install a Parler on here and get it over here, I'll put a link over here on the main page to that. So that's something I'm happy to do to help promote the people that are helping to promote the project. And in this case, let us know what you did. So with that, I will end this show. I guess I'll leave this one live. I did a couple of other shows today as we reached the 200% and things, and I just turned those off from the main channel. They're available over on Patreon though. So if you're a Patreon and you really want to watch some of that stuff, it got weird. It got really weird. But it's only available over on the Patreon, so you don't have to waste your time watching it over here. All right. Let's see. I'm excited to get the new patches. The last patch was fun and introduced me to new gun channels. Right on. Well, that's kind of the goal. I mean, I'd like to do more and bigger ones. So this is getting us to that goal. Tony Simon and Clover and Mike from GunTube all, came through and did, helped out again this year. It's all about growth of 2A and making our system stronger, making our relationship stronger. So yeah, right on. Appreciate your support and hanging out tonight. Sorry you didn't win. I know you're one of the people that put in a vote or whatever. And even though I already seen that, I'll go ahead. She's sitting right behind me, which is another indication that I'm wasting her time. She should be outside by now. So with that, we'll be back to pick you up later.